the connection between climate change and illegal fishing. Welcome to VOA Asia Weekly. I'm Jessica Stone in Washington. That story straight ahead, but first, making headlines. Australia is set to buy 3 nuclear-powered submarines to patrol the Pacific. U.S. President Joe Biden announced the deal alongside the leaders of Australia and the UK in San Diego, California. The 3 nations intend to create a state-of-the-art production line for nuclear submarines as part of a strategy to counter China's growing influence in the region. Asian stock markets have been battered this week on news that one of the United States' biggest banks failed. Silicon Valley Bank was a major lender to technology startups worldwide. This week, Beijing began issuing visas for foreign tourists, ending a 3-year ban imposed to counter the spread of COVID-19. Hainan Island and Shanghai's cruise ship port will not require visas. Both locations were visa-free entry before the pandemic. China has a new premier. He is Li Qiang, the former Communist Party chief of Shanghai, who oversaw that city's draconian 2-month lockdown last spring. Li is the first premier since the founding of the People's Republic who has never served in the central government. He faces the task of reviving a sluggish Chinese economy without triggering inflation or piling on debt. North Korea tested 2 short-range ballistic missiles Tuesday, just as U.S. South Korea military drills got underway. The exercises will last for 11 days and include the largest field exercises in 5 years. Pyongyang's tests are the latest in a series, with North Korea claiming it successfully launched 2 cruise missiles earlier in the week. A report from Britain's Royal United Services Institute says that climate change will increase illegal fishing around the world. Henry Ridgwell reports.
Illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, or IUU fishing, is worth up to $36.4 billion annually and represents up to 33% of the global catch, according to a report from Britain's Royal United Services Institute, a defence and security think tank. As climate change warms the world's oceans, fish stocks move into cooler, deeper waters, and criminal operations are expected to follow.
Chasing those fish stocks as they move. And there's predictions, obviously, or concern that they will move in across, existing maritime boundaries, and IU actors will pursue them across those boundaries.
That, in turn, will impact local coastal fishing communities. Many poorer countries do not have the capacity to police their waters. In parts of Africa and South America, coastal community members say foreign trawlers, including vessels from China, have devastated fish stocks.
When the Chinese were not here, at least if a fisherman go to the sea, he can at least have something good.
China denies its fleets conduct illegal fishing. The United States Coast Guard said in 2021 that IUU fishing had replaced piracy as the leading global maritime security threat. The British report identifies a warming South China Sea as a flashpoint. Already, fishing grounds and maritime boundaries are hotly contested, with frequent armed confrontations.
Many relate to the China's commitment to the 9-dash line, which is its country's sort of self-declared kind of maritime boundary. And that is, they enforce that through armed fishing militia.
This month, United Nations member states agreed to a high seas treaty to protect biodiversity, establishing vast marine protected areas. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.
And finally, Malaysia bully. Those are the words of Janet Yeoh as she watched her daughter Michelle win an Oscar for Best Actress this week. Bully means nothing is impossible. Yeoh was at an Oscar watch party in Kuala Lumpur when she messaged her daughter shortly after the announcement. The actress accepted the golden statue, saying it was, quote, for all the little boys and girls who look just like me. She is now only the second woman of color to receive an Oscar for Best Actress in the award's 95-year history. Visit voanews.com for the most up-to-date stories. I'm Jessica Stone. Thanks so much for watching VOA Asia Weekly. We'll see you next time.